I hope you have a good week. So we're going to start our analysis with the chart on our screen. This is Euro USD. So far, this chart is still a sell. I still expect sellers to come in. And the reason I'm saying this is not because there was this uptrend, but because we can see that the price actually went up from this point here. From this point here, the price went as high as this point, and then it began to consolidate in between this some range here. If you do it like this, you'll be able to see the range which I'm saying. So after consolidating here for some times, the price eventually broke and closed below it. As long as the price remains below that trend line, we do expect sellers to come in. We do expect this level here. So the idea is to look for a sell position now. Keep looking for sell orders. Expect price to sell off, especially after bouncing off from the resistance level, the trend line which you just drawn. Expect price to bounce off from this point here up to around 1.16186, which is here. So we do expect a sell from this point here up to the level which you have, which is this one. So this should be the correct place to sell from. If you're on this chart now, you are supposed to be looking for sell positions. Expect price to sell off after bouncing off from this level here. So the next chart I want us to look at is GBP USD. So this has been upwards for some times. I'm talking about whatever happened from this point here. The chart has not loaded just yet. So we have a level there. We have a level there. Just a second. Let's see what happens. So we do have a resistance. This is a support. It was a support previously. We had a support previously. There was this massive breakout. The price opened here and then it closed below. So as long as the price remains below this level, expect price to continue down up to this support. So as it is now, the price is somewhere around this level. We do expect a continuation upwards up to this level 1.30271, so that we pick a support up to around 1.20493, which is here. So this should be the correct place to look for a sell from. If you're on this chart now, you are supposed to be looking for a sell position. Expect price to sell off after hitting this resistance here. Have your take profit there, and your stop loss should be above this level 1.31845. So the next chart I want us to look at is USD here. So this is how the chart looks so far. You can see that we actually gapped below. We do have a trend line at that point. We have a resistance, a support. So if you look at this chart properly, you can see exactly where we are at the moment. We do expect price to sell off, especially after the price failed to break beyond this level during the previous day. So this should be the correct place to sell from. If you're on this chart now, you are supposed to be looking for sell positions when the price comes back up to that level. So wait for another bounce, wait for price to again attempt getting back to the same level. Then you are supposed to pick a sell position. Expect that sell to push us even lower. So the next chart I want us to look at. So if you sell it here, if you pick a sell here, expect that sell to take price up to the support which you have at the bottom, which is this one. The next chart we want us to look at is gold. We have it here. So gold somehow is gaining momentum to the upside, but we do have the limit. We expect it to only go up to this point. So if you're on this chart now, remain long, expect more buy positions, expect price to continue upwards up to this level where it's supposed to sell off. So we do expect a sell off from that point. That is the resistance. So I hope that makes some sense. That as it is now on gold, we still do expect some momentum upwards. We expect price to proceed up to the sub resistance which we have here. We also have another one there. So this is like a resistance. We have a resistance. We have a resistance, and then there's this breakout. So if the price can come back and break beyond this trend line, the next best trend line to sell from is actually the one at the top, which is this one. The next chart is Brent oil. So Brent oil, so far we did expect a sell. You remember what we said yesterday? We had a resistance, a support here, a support. Then we said that since the previous day's candle actually got closed below, we did expect just a retracement up to this point before we continue down. That has not happened. Instead, the price just continued even higher. So on this chart, this remains to be the correct place to sell from. This is still somehow a very good place to sell from. If you're looking for a trade now, expect sellers to come in around this trend line. So we do expect some short-term sellers to start selling off from this point. If you sell it within this range, expect price to proceed down up to 39.800. So the next chart is SP500. So SP500, this is how it looks. We are somehow upwards of a level there. We also have a level, so this is support. There is this breakout, there's a retracement up to the same place, there's a continuation, there's a retracement, and then there's a continuation to the left. So the fact that the price has come back up to this point is a very good place to look for a sell from. So I'm not going to sell it nonetheless. I don't recommend a sell. And the reason I don't recommend a sell is this, is because this chart is upwards. This chart is very much to the upper side. So instead of selling it around this point, I would rather you wait for a break above it, expect price to break beyond 3416.2, retrace back, then continue even higher up to this resistance. So whatever you're supposed to do now is to wait for price to break beyond that level, retrace back, then continue buying it even higher. So thank you very much. That should be the end of today's session. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same. So thank you. See you.